how do we incentivize this group of big millennials to be able to buy, using the grants and getting this information in place? Because some of them still think that they need 20% down.
Hey, thanks for coming, Cristina.
Oh, you're welcome, Daddy. How are you?
I'm great. It's great to see you.
Thank you.
I love your story. You've sold over 800 homes in your career. I know you started in Arlington, but you kind of do deals all over the place. And I think you told me once that part of that was kind of, you have people in Arlington, but then prices got so high, they looked over here and over here. Now you do deals all over the place.
It just happened because, as you know, everybody starts within the DC metro area, right? So everything within the 15-20 minutes away from the center of Washington, D.C. What happened is that I've been specialized in Arlington since 2000. I decided to really grind and making sure that I take care of these people. And now these people, they were able to buy condos and then townhouses, then became successful. And then they stuck with it. They had single family homes and now they have multi-unit properties. And I'm so proud that I was there.
At the very beginning, they've moved up numerous times, right? Throughout their career.
I have so much of that. 100% of my business are people that had started with me.
That's awesome.
From previous. So what happened is that Arlington is our base, right? And then they say, Cristina, I want to have the price range is too high now. Now we have a family, so we want to move. We can't afford Arlington prices. Maybe we can move, maybe 10-20 minutes away. So they start in Falls Church, and some people they start from Falls Church, they go to Fairfax, and then Falls Church City, or they go to Montgomery or Maryland, or some of them they branch out in DC. So all the Metro DC area. So it's just now I'm licensed in the 3 states, and I've been licensed for 25 years.
Awesome. Congratulations. That's great. And you're not only doing residential, you do a lot of commercial business too.
It's also a circumstance because,
And how did you get into that?
My clients decided, say, Cristina, I want to, I have a business, so I want to buy my own building now. Can you help me? So that's how it started. And then I got to learn the ropes on how this works. I had a few mentors that helped me along the way, just asking how is this done and everything. So I had my first deal, I think, in the commercial side 2011. It's an old theater in Old Town. And my clients are raking in about maybe 22% cap, return ROI every year. And now they bought sort of a small piece of commercial property in Falls Church City, which I also helped for them.
That's awesome.
So,
that's awesome. That's great to hear. I know you're involved with the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce, right? And highly involved with that. And I remember you told me a lot of your businesses come from that. Tell me about your involvement with that. I think you said they might have the largest lobbying group in the whole country.
No, that's the Asian Real Estate Association of America.
Getting them mixed up. Tell me about the different associations.
So I decided, I'm Filipina, I'm Asian, and I believe that some people would need to understand the culture, right? And I love the diversity in what DMV has to offer. And so I became involved in the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce and just encourage Filipino Americans, not just Filipino Americans, but other Asian Americans to be able to open their own businesses. So right now it's grown to about 150 owned businesses who are part of the chamber. I'm no longer president there. I'm just a board of director, but I was president from 2018 to 2020. And then I became involved with the Asian Real Estate Association of America now, which is in the Metro DC chapter. We're trying to grow just to protect the interest of the housing industry and in the area, and cultivate what the Asian Real Estate Association can offer back, to the community. We're gonna have our summit to protect, real estate rights and all those regulations that will affect our industry. It's gonna be on May 21st to the 23rd at the Capitol Hill.
Awesome. Well, we'd like to be involved. If we can
absolutely. I'm gonna send you all those links after this.
Talking about the market and the real estate market, so we're in the middle of March right now. Is when we're shooting this. What are you seeing in the market? Are you seeing year-over-year decline in volume?
We did pretty good last year. Like my team did about close to 30 million last year. However, it's really, this area has always been stable, as you know. However, with the market changes right now and all these federal layoffs that are happening, it is a reality. But I think it is just going to be sort of stabilizing the crazy crazy market we have.
Yeah.
There's no inventory up to now. We have a 1 month supply. We need to be about six months to be a healthy market,
Sure.
3 to 6 months to be a healthy market. We're still a seller's market right now.
Yep.
And with few people selling, there's still a big demand. I've got a house coming up in Fairfax City, beautiful. If you have good schools in this area and you have a house that's affordable, you're not going to have a problem in real estate here.
Yeah,
right?
I agree with that. And one of our clients posted on social media this week, they had 15 offers last weekend. And one thing that was posted was, there's all these things going on. There's just craziness, but you do have so many of these buyers that have been looking for homes for years, right? So even if people are losing some jobs, there's still a ton of buyers there that are looking also. And then another thing that was brought up was, some of these people that are getting laid off, they're getting very good packages too. So, they're still.
And then they can get to the advanced, move to the private sector. It's just a temporary shift so that we can help our economy, So I think it's a win-win overall.
Yeah, I don't see any scenario where there's a big drop in prices or anything like that in this area. I just feel like it's too high in demand. It seems stable. We're seeing same from last year to this year in terms of activity from a volume standpoint for our title company. And that might not be completely accurate with everybody,
Because you're great, awesome.
Oh, thank you for that. I think you had said you might have seen a little downtick in volume compared to last year on the overall
overall
market,
sales
right?
price, but it's really just like based on what I have with the Northern Virginia Association of Realtors data. The shift is they say like an 8% increase in pricing, but we still have a negative 1% sales drop, which is like very, very minimal. I would think it's still the same. It really depends on what's gonna happen this second quarter. But like for me personally, because real estate's very local. They say that being licensed in Maryland, also watch what's happening like Prince George County area, etc. They're growing because they have new homes there that are selling for $500,000 and beautiful, and the schools are improving, so people are moving there. This year, I think it's going to be the largest transfer of wealth from the baby boomers to their kids. And I can see a lot of people also having a large gifts like, oh, I'm putting $500,000 down and having a 300,000 loan.
Sure.
Do you see that?
Yeah, would you see that? Absolutely. I mean, there's definitely a lot of more cash. I mean, the market has done pretty well over the last couple of years too, so people are holding a lot of cash too. And I think we've gotten past where the interest rates were and the shock to the system from 3% to 8%.
Because it's not really because some of them have the cash to support it. And do you see like a lot of parents are giving their
we do see a lot of gifts. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
that's the only thing when you can afford it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And we also see people that are living together to buy a house, like younger professionals who are, whether they're friends, not even married, or they're just buying homes together.
I think it's the multi-generational family concept also, like people helping together to be in a house so that they can live sort of near in this area. Also, I think the market, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the market is also focused on the baby boomers transferring their properties now to the kids or selling it because some of the kids don't want the house. So they would rather move it to a brand new house or a condo or a different lifestyle.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So,
you've worked for different brokerages over the years, and you're currently with
One Lux, Realty One Group Capital. Yes.
Yeah. Can you kind of tell me about the brokerage, their brand, all that stuff?
Oh my God, it's amazing. It's centered on agent success. They get to keep more of the commission for themselves. And
virtual brokerage model in the sense there's not large amounts of of office space they're spending money on.
It's more like a offshoot from the Remax brand.
Okay.
The president of Remax also started this. When you have Remax agents and you have Realty One Group Capital offices, it's usually coming from the Remax brand.
Makes sense.
So it's growing because I believe their model was built in terms of really, really appreciating that the agents that are coming are veteran agents, know what they're doing. They provide really good education. However, Northern Virginia Association of Realtors, MLS, everybody is providing trainings and seminars. So you can get that from others as well. But at the same time, you are focused, the company is focused on just making sure that the agents perform and get the most money out of it.
As times get tough, there's some brokerages that have very large commission splits, and hopefully they do provide a lot of value. But when times are tough, then the dollar matters.
Exactly. There was an agent that just came, and then she had a 3 million transactions coming, so she moved, and she was so happy she got to keep almost all of it.
I think consolidation consolidation within industries naturally happens over time, and people have been trying to figure out like what's going to last, what's not going to last throughout the tough times. And so maybe there's some the valuations aren't that high right now, so there might be good times to buy companies because it's tough out there. And so because it's tough out there, there's not as many deals as that were occurring 3 years ago. So I don't know. Part of that, what we're seeing in the title industry is a lot of title companies are coming to us like, times are tough right now. Like we'd be interested in selling. In the title world, you have very few refis, which refis are kind of important for title companies, for that additional revenue to keep everyone in place. And so, that's my take on it. Consolidation occurs because some companies might be struggling. Some might be saying, "Hey, I want to find a long-term
but not
home."
like monopolizing the industry.
There's
like,
still so many options that I don't think it's a
it's gonna be a monopoly. Okay.
Yeah, in that sense, is my opinion. It'll be interesting to see, where does Zillow live in this world? If Redfin's been purchased, do they get purchased or does Zillow buy someone else?
And at the same time, how does AI, of course, AI really helps our businesses, just helps supplement in terms of our time and leveraging. But how does that sort of play the role? Because I had a client who's, you have clients that are really nice, but some are like too demanding. So it's like, Cristina, what's going to happen to you? The research of AI, I can basically ask their questions and they can give me a more comprehensive answer with all the data that I need. So what do I need a realtor for? I mean, this is good for a podcast.
Sure, absolutely. And what was the answer?
And then I said, if you wanted to be evaluated, do you go to a specialist that specializes 24/7, or do you go to a computer to answer your question? Do you want somebody that's live there guiding you, that's in the market, that lives and breathes real estate and know what she's talking about? Do you want a person to hold your hand at closing to make sure everything is good?
And knowing, hey, tell me the pros and cons of this place 1 block away, 2 blocks away.
Exactly.
What is the good, bad, and ugly that I wouldn't be able to find on the internet?
It's nothing like I was saying. Internet can supplement your decisions, but on a price per square foot, computing the value of your house, it's not a set stone. Like sometimes you can see Zillow pricing that property for like 2 million. It's like, no, it's not. It's just priced like, I mean, sometimes I've even seen craziness that they said this price is 800,000, it's only worth 600,000, and then you have to reason out to the seller that this is not correct. So then you have to order a appraisal. And that's Christina. Thank you for correcting me. Thank you for guiding me on where it is.
It makes a lot of sense.
I think what's gonna happen is that the agents that know what they're doing and have been in the industry for a long time and are sincere and can help and be of service to the client first, professionalism and integrity and service and results. I think it's so important. And then they're the ones who's going to be staying in the industry. So I'm actually like when there's a shift in the market, that's where my biggest sales happen. It's crazy.
Sure, absolutely. And I was wondering if you're seeing young people coming in the market right now, or are they really not coming at all?
They are actually that generation of millennials. I think there's a big market for it. The issue is, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is my analysis. They live in all these luxury buildings right now that's near the city, near the metro, etc. They like that lifestyle. They want to move, but then with the current monthly payment of that rental and they have to move to a house, they cannot afford it because a townhouse or a condo will cost them more than how much they're renting the place for. So what happens is that, oh, okay, Christina, I can afford by maybe I'll move to Fairfax, and then with Fairfax I love it, but maybe I want to stay where I am right now because I still like that scene. But when they have kids, then that's the time they call. I said, Christina, I'm ready. I'm ready to move out of Arlington. And then the suburbs now are expensive because of interest rates. At a $500,000 sales price on a 5% down, your monthly payment is, guess how much?
Tell me.
$3,800 a month.
There you go. I mean, that's a 500,000. So if you're going with $1 million home, that's very expensive.
Yeah, with the taxes and everything. And the one that makes it up is the taxes. You might have a $7,000 a month mortgage on $1 million property, but the taxes are $18,000 a year. So you're stuck with another $900. So my clients now who just moved to, I think, Christina, I think I'm paying $9,500 for my house, but it is reality because of the property taxes that's attached to it. I think that's why that's stopping the people. The grants are available. There's a lot of money there.
It's a good point. I was talking with a loan officer yesterday about the grants, and some of the grants are lowering by a whole almost a percentage point. It's a big number.
But they can't use it because number one, the income cap of the grants, I think there's only one bank. I think Guaranteed Rate was able to adjust their cap to 214,000.
Okay.
Because I study these things for my clients, right? But the others that are producing like 150, 160, they're out of the income bracket to qualify, but they need the money. money.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yeah.
they cannot qualify. So I was thinking, what would Congress, how do we incentivize this people, this group of big millennials to be able to buy, using the grants
Yep.
and getting this information in place? Because some of them still think that they need 20% down.
The myths and facts about buying a home.
Yeah.
How much do you really need to put down? What grants can you take advantage of?
Yeah,
I was talking with a
exactly.
loan officer where, let's say there is a couple and one person's at 150,000, the other's at 150. Technically, you can just put one person on the loan, even though they're obviously both going to help paying out the mortgage. So they
Yeah.
could qualify in that
Yeah.
sense for, first-time home buyer grant.
Yeah, for sure.
So, there are creative ways to look at things to hopefully make it more affordable for people. But a lot of people don't know the details of that and what that looks like.
Right. And it's hard because they really have to focus. I mean, they really have to go and see an agent and then let the agent qualify them. Okay, this is what I think. And then we have a bunch of lenders, and see, you're not deciding for them, but you're giving them sort of an advice.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's so important that agents are really intrinsic in part of of all transactions.
Absolutely. It's that person leading you throughout the way, helping you find answers, even if you don't have them. You have a partner that can give you those answers.
Right.
It's critical. You'd mentioned that a lot your clients really are coming from referrals from past deals you've done.
Past deals. Oh my goodness.
How do you stay in touch with your clients? There's
I know, right?
What do you do? And
so I hold a client appreciation party every year. I want just to thank them for believing and trusting in me.
Yeah.
Their kids buy from me, the kids of the kids.
That's
and
awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I have clients that have also shut up, right? One client bought 6 properties from me over time, developed a huge equity portfolio that made him already retire. And then I told him this one secret, like way back. I said, Doc, if you actually pay one extra mortgage payment every year, your mortgage would be reduced 8 years. So what he did is just paying 2 months of extra principal, and he paid off all his properties in 10 years.
That's awesome.
And he's so happy with that concept. So every time he sees me, he's coming to the event. So, and like, oh, Cristina, yeah, they're just helpful. Oh, you have to buy from her, yeah. But I haven't really done like aggressive marketing like other agents to do. I haven't really. It's more like a personal 100% referral. Like whatever your cost is, it's 200,000, 300,000, like a million. So I just want to replicate. So they're saying, Cristina, you just do a team and then maybe you can duplicate yourself. And I've been saying that for 20 years, right? Like sometimes it's not hard to let go, but I think it's because you love what you do.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're always trying to look at what tools would we utilize if we were real estate agents. So one that we like a lot is Client Giant. Basically, you can take all the clients you've ever worked with your whole career, put them in an Excel spreadsheet, upload them to Client Giant, and Client Giant will send 4 gifts a year to your clients from you. So it doesn't say it's coming from Client Giant, it says it's coming from Cristina. And it can be the concept behind the gift giving strategy is they give gifts when you're not expecting them. So they don't give you gifts on your birthday. They don't give you gifts on Christmas or whatever. They give you gifts. Hey, it's spring. You're on the go. Here's a mobile charger. I thought you'd need it, Christine. And it's been very well received because it's happening 4 times a year. You're getting all these text messages like, wow, thank you so much for thinking about me. That's really creative. Very affordable. It's $100-ish a year. We have a discount for 5% off. So for less than $100 a client per year, they're getting 4 gifts from you, and that includes shipping.
No.
Pretty good deal.
Wow.
And
I would explore that because what happened right now, I bought literally in my car, I have 6 items. I have 2 air fryers, 1 vacuum cleaner, all these appliances. I'm gonna raffle them off. My grand prize is a sound bar from Sonos. So I and they're gonna raffle it off. So when they register in the client event, they get a ticket. And I mean, they don't need it. I have some people coming who's worth 10 million, 20 million, 1 million. It's
fun. It's okay.
Yeah. So I'm excited today about that event. I mean, I do want to scale up. I always think, I want to scale up, sure. But at the same time, I was thinking you're on competition within yourself. What is your vision? What do you want to achieve? So I just really want to be a consistent, stable earner for my daughter.
Yep.
And that's my purpose in life, to be a good mom, at the same time, a good realtor. And and
how
a
many
mentor.
kids do you have?
I have 2. I have one 31-year-old, which is wow. How old are you? Please don't discuss age. And I have who no longer lives with me, of course, is married now. But I have a beautiful 11-year-old daughter, which is a genius. She's a pitch perfect little girl. When they can sing.
Yep.
and she sang the national anthem for the Miss America, like a Miss Northern Virginia beauty pageant last week, and she sings the beauty pageant, and she's a star varsity VOAS soccer player.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, and also a basketball player.
Nice. That's
So
great.
yeah, she's very like it's so hard. Like, okay, after you say a house, okay, what time is your soccer game?
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
Saturday. I cannot book any showings there. That's why you have a team to leverage that.
Yeah, I have 3 kids at 11, 9, and 5.
Oh, you know what soccer then?
So I know about the soccer. I know
What
about
what
the
did the VOAS? Are you in
That's a good
Arlington?
question. No, we're in Alexandria.
Alexandria. Oh, you're Alexandria.
So,
Okay.
I mean, we're in the city league, for
Yeah,
my middle child.
yeah, they won the Alexandria Summer
Oh, did
Kickoff
they?
League.
Nice,
Yeah, they won
nice.
the gold.
Love it.
We
Oh,
beat
really? I
Alexandria.
love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So
So
I mean, it's just a mess with the amount of sports and events, and it's just full-time
yes.
carpooling. That's what we
Yeah,
do.
absolutely. But
So,
I'm so thankful that we can do this, you
yeah,
know?
100%, 100%. Awesome. So it sounds like, you got, I think you bring up a good point. Like some people are like, I want to scale and scale and scale. It's like, well, why do you want to get so big? I mean, it's finding that balance of where you can enjoy your family as well as you can, provide enough money for the family. And it sounds like you have a good
Right.
balance of that where,
Yeah.
you have 3 people on your team,
Yes.
so you do have that help, but it's not a mega team where it's like,
Yeah. Like I
wild.
believe like a mega team does not necessarily translate to bigger numbers.
Yeah.
Usually a team lead usually does 80% of the business.
Yeah.
Always, almost always statistically. And then when your team member gets big already, they want to go on their own, branch up on their own. That's just the fact of life. But I have a team member who's really a top producer now, but she still wants to stay because of the accountability and the system that we have been in place, you know? So I think it's more that. Like I feel like those mega teams they really, really also can be very successful, but they sort of like branch off from commissions from the new team members and they go around. You know what I mean?
I've heard a mixed bag of experiences. Some people have tried it and say, I'll never do it. Some people, I think, have figured it out. It matters. Like the secret sauce in there probably is the secret sauce to
The
how to
secret
make it work.
sauce, like some team leaders I've big had like a good friend of mine has 39 people in his team. And he's doing great, but his focus is now the agents and how to please the client for an appreciation. It's also the agents, but my focus is different. My focus is still my clients and then mentoring those two agents to succeed. So it's more like
I get it. It makes sense.
So it's just very, very different.
Favorite neighborhood in the DMV area?
One day I'm gonna be in Lime Village.
Lion Village? Yeah. Cool. Yeah, nice. Biggest misconception about the DMV real estate market?
All those videos saying that the market is falling and it's going to reduce it. There's going to be a crash. Wait till you see it. But I don't think so. There's just so much lack of inventory happening, and we need to stabilize the market to make sure it's healthy. It's not healthy right now because it's seller's market.
No, I think you bring up a good point, which is we have 1 month of inventory. Ideally, healthy is 6 months, right?
Yes.
Describe your dream home in 3 words.
Modern but traditional.
What's the one thing in your life you're most proud of?
I came to the US with probably $2,500 in my pocket. And after 31 years, I built a real estate business. And I was able to set my son to college free, and he's now a major contributing citizen in the country.
Awesome.
I'm proud of being an empowered, self-made woman. And that's only possible because of the opportunities that this country has given me.
Yeah, I love it. That's awesome. What's one mistake you made early in your career that helped you grow?
It's so important to have the right partner in life. And unfortunately, marrying the wrong person caused you to be able to lose so much in your life. And so, that's my biggest regret and mistake, I think.
I was listening to a podcast, and it was a counselor, and they're like, probably the biggest decision in your life is choosing the right partner. That's what they were talking about.
Yes,
and
a partner
makes
that
a lot
can
of
help
sense.
you and support you and make you a better version of yourself.
Sure.
Yeah.
We like to think about ourselves here. Like, title's boring, we make it fun. I mean, we talk about that a lot.
Yeah, which is why it's amazing. Like, I love your shirts. They're
Thank
like the nicest shirts.
We've got some great sweatshirts for you after this, by the way.
Thank you.
But it's those little things, and if you do 2, 3, 4, 20 of those little things, it really people notice it. And so that's something we always think about is like, I know it's always been this way for 100 years. Why can't we do it this way? Why can't we think of it this way? Yes, we still want great attorneys, and we want great processors, and we want great responsiveness, but it doesn't mean we can't add that special touch. And so that's something we work on a daily basis. Yeah, so people that want to work with you, get to know you, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Yeah, I have a new website. It's launched. It's sisonhomes.com. www.sisonhomes.com,
Awesome.
www.sisonhomes.com. But,
Yep.
I'm still available. My cell phone, my contact information, 202-812-3354.
Yeah.
You can look me up on Instagram, Google, just type my name.
No, I love your perspective. I love your energy.
you,
Thank
thank
you so
you.
much for coming on. And
Thank you,
I know
thank you.
you got Kat was one of the people that brought you in our company, and
Yes.
she's been great. And we'd love
Yeah.
to get involved with your team.
Yeah,
and as much
absolutely.
as